Hiya, I have decided to do, after a really long time of not doing any videos, a video about my sort of current skincare routine, things that I have liked and tried and that I would recommend to you. So I'm just going to start straight in with my routine, which is kind of a little bit all over the place because I have a separate routine for in the shower, a separate routine for day and night, and then I shower every other day. So the days that I don't shower, I do different things, which might sound a bit overcomplicated, but I've found that that kind of works for me. So the first thing, when I'm like having a shower, I use the Good Things Honey and Manuka Creamy Cleanser. Again, I mentioned these products before. It is designed for young skin, and this particular one I really like because it's quite creamy. It doesn't foam up, so it doesn't have any sulfates, which in a sense products don't need to have sulfates in them. I think that is pretty much what makes them foam up. So I've just found that it's been quite effective, that because it's creamy it feels quite like hydrating, and it does say hydrate and balance. So that's the one I've been using, and I only went to that one because I was using the Good Things Stay Clear Purifying Cleanser, which is actually for more sort of oily skin, which I have. And it's got mango and blueberry in, and this one comes out clear, and you can definitely smell the fruits in that, but it smells really nice. And I'd run out of that, went to repurchase it, didn't have it, so there was this one. And then this is actually empty now. I went to repurchase this, they didn't have it, so I repurchased this one. But again, this one, it's clear, it feels really nice. Unless you are having a really bad breakout, then it could sting a tiny bit. But I found it was quite nice, and I really like the smell. It really hurts if you get it in your eyes. And also, I guess I should say as a disclaimer, you are going to see a lot of Body Shop products here because I do work for them. So when I use the cleansers, I take it off with this sponge, and that is from the Body Shop. And then on to exfoliators. I've got the Super Facialist by Una Brennan, and this is a salicylic acid scrub. And I've had from this brand the sort of tea flower one, and I really liked it. It has a sort of minty smell, and I find it's still quite creamy in texture, but it's got the sort of particles in it, whatever they are quite a good sort of size, and they're quite effective. And it's the same with this one, and it is quite minty. And I actually got this one from TK Maxx, and again, the salicylic acid, I have been trying to look at products and certain ingredients that you find in them that are for sort of different things, whether it's anti-aging or exfoliation, which those are the things I've been looking for. The other one is the vitamin C microderbrasion from the Body Shop. This one is quite creamy, and the sort of grains in this are actually really small, but I do find that they are really effective. I don't know how often you should use it. I guess that is down to you and your skin and whatever you find works best, but because I shower every other day, I will use those every other day. And then when I'm exfoliating, I use the Body Shop like exfoliating mitt. It could be a bit much depending on what you're using, so sometimes I will just use this with my cleanser, and that can be enough. And then after that, I will use these clearasil superfruits refreshing pads. There's two different types. These are a newer one. The other one are, I think, purely for definitely like acne prone skin, whereas these ones I got because Caroline Hirons, she's on YouTube, she recommended these because they have salicylic acid in them, so that is why I went for them. And they're these little pads, and they are really saturated with product. Let's see if I can get one out. So you can see they're kind of they are designed to exfoliate, and you can see the little, whatever you call that, sort of, I don't know what you call that, it's almost like a waffle design, but you can see just how sort of saturated with product that is. So it's more of a kind of acid toning sort of stage, which I've never had before, so I thought I'd give it a try, and it's been really, really good for my skin. When I got these, they were new, so they were like £4 something instead of 5 or 6. Then I went again a couple of weeks ago and found them for like £2.71, so I got another lot ready to go, and they are gentle enough to use morning and night, and I've been using them, and I put them on my face, neck, décolleté and the back of my hands. So anything I'm doing in terms of my face routine, I'm now integrating into the back of my hands, because again, as you age, those areas are what everyone's gonna sort of see aging first. The other things then, when it's the day between showering, I sort of take my face off with the simple cleansing wipes. They're usually on Boots 3 for 2. And then I will go over with the Garnier micellar cleansing water. I do have separate cleansers and toners, but this one I feel is like a 2-in-1. I think it's a dupe for Bioderma, which I've never used, but it's a clear bottle with a clear liquid and a pink lid. Coincidence? But I found it's been really good. There is a bit of a smell there, but I want to say it's like similar to this kind of really subtle sort of minty smell. And then in the morning, before I put my face on, I will just sweep some of that over my face and use one of the pads as well. Then on to moisturising. I've got some serums here, and they are all the Body Shop again. So one I have is the Nutriganics Drops of Youth. It's not exactly a serum. You could use it as a serum, but I like to use it as more of a treatment product when I feel like my skin is quite dehydrated, which most of the time it is because I don't drink enough water. And this is like a gel texture, and it's clear, and it's got the pipette. Can you see it? And this basically has stem cells from a plant called Christe Marine, and it just soaks in really quickly. Really, really light smell, not much there, and it's just like gone, just soaked in. So I really like that. And then the other two I have are the Nutriganics Smoothing Serum. I wasn't going to buy this, I wasn't interested in it, but it was again through Caroline Hirons that I decided to get it, because she said it had salicylic acid in it. And then when I was at work, I actually went and read the ingredients and saw that most of this range has salicylic acid. I'm not trying to sell the range or the products to you, I'm just telling you what I use. The other one is the Vitamin C Skin Reviver. This is quite a thick sort of serum, and this sort of range is aimed more at like dull skin. It does have a bit of sort of reflection, not reflection, but radiance, but it's really thick, so it is quite good as a primer, but I don't use it all the time because depending on your skin, you know, I don't want to use it and clog my skin up because it is quite thick. Then on to moisturiser. I have a ton of moisturisers, but the two that I've been using most recently are my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's like a built-in primer. It does have that kind of orange peel scent. It is quite strong, and it is quite a rich product, but I really like it, and I just like the packaging, and I like that it's Bobbi Brown. Then the other one, again, Body Shop Vitamin C. This one has SPF 30, so it's my favourite to go for, especially during the summer or just, you know, days where it is really, really sunny. I think too many people underestimate SPF and how good it is for you. Again, this does have that kind of citrusy, orangey smell, and most things with vitamin C do have that kind of smell, mainly because I think the oranges are sort of the most concentrated vitamin C out there, which is why they're going to have that smell. And then for eye creams, another two. I use this one more in the daytime, which is the Benefit. It's potent, and I've talked about this before. The only thing I find with this now is I think it has probably gone off. Yeah, I think that's gone off. And then I looked and it does only say 6 months, and I was really impressed with the size and how much you get in here, and I've still got a ton left in there. So I mean, they are generous, but they could probably be less generous. The other one I use, which I use at night time, is the Garnier Ultra Lift. And again, I bought this one because I went out looking for an eye cream and I picked up the boxes and read the ingredients, and this one had retin-A or retinol in it, and again, that is like a key ingredient that dermatologists say is great for like anti-aging. It was recommended more for the age group of 35 to 60. I'm not quite there yet, but I just thought, you know, I'll use it anyway. And I really like using it, and I feel like it's doing something, because although I'm like, I get oily, I get really dry skin around my eyes for some reason, so that just feels really nice and sort of rich. And then the other things, almost like as a specialist thing, I get breakouts now and then, I just use tea tree oil. The other one I have is Soap and Glory Dr. Spot, but I didn't bring that in with me. And then for my nighttime routine, I would just use the eye cream, and then I use the vitamin E serum in oil. It is, I wouldn't say it's really serum, I would just say it's just more of an oil really. And I know you might be thinking, she's got oily skin, she's putting oil on it, but I've actually found it's been the best thing for my skin in helping it just to be more hydrated, helping, especially like with the sort of acid exfoliation stage, going in with that, I just, when I wake up, my skin just feels a lot smoother, rather than if I use an ordinary night cream, which are intended to be quite rich to sort of repair the skin. Then in the morning my face is usually quite greasy, so I've actually found that using oils has been the best thing. I have tried the Sanctuary Spa one as well, which is kind of nice, but it is really thick and almost like sticky. So yeah, that is my current sort of routine. I do have lots of masks as well that I like to use, but I thought I would leave those because that can probably be a completely separate video, because I do have quite a lot. Yeah, so hopefully you liked the video. You can find me on Instagram, and I've got a blog as well, and I have done a post about a couple of these things that have salicylic acid in them. And hopefully I will be back doing another video soon. Thanks for watching.